Hello again. Welcome to part 2 of Chapter 1, Section 2 notes. And let's just take care of business and get moving on this stuff. All right, here we go. You should be on page 3 of the notes that are in front of you. Problem 3, evaluating algebraic expressions. And it asks, what is the value of an expression when A is 3 and B is 4? Here's the expression they've given us. Okay, if this was in your homework, you would always begin by copying down the problem. I'd like to see that on your paper. And you should also copy down just that part I underlined, the A equals 3 and the B equals 4. That should be on your paper. Then you copy, so like I said, you copy the question down, and I prefer that you work, like I said in the previous video, you work straight down underneath the problem, even though they've done it this way to just save a little bit of space. Well, in solving this problem, again, a quick review, b is 4, so this 3b, it became 3 times 4. And so you need to fill in the 4, and then the a is 3, so that's 3 squared. So here in the notes they're telling you how you would solve this question. There. So then, again, I do like at this point how they do show working down the page. That is what I'd like to see. And 3 times 4 is 12, and 3 squared is, I actually don't like the way they did this. I prefer, it's going to work out okay because of the subtraction sign, but they should have, according to PEMDAS, they should have done this first and turned that into 9. It works out the same because the subtraction sign in the middle won't happen till the very end, but technically if we stay consistent with our rules, they should have squared that 3 before they did the multiplication. Either way, you should come out with the answer 3 there. So that's how number 3 works. And let's go on and look at their real world problem here, evaluation of that. It says the shipping cost for an order at an online store is 1/10 the cost of the items you order. What is an expression for the total cost of a given order? What are the total costs for orders of $43, $79, $95, and $103? All right, well, let's look and see what they did, how they begin to approach this problem. One thing that they do that you don't actually have to do this on your paper, this relate part, you don't have to do that, but they're just getting you to think through it as an expression. You need to do it in your head, but you don't have to write that part down. What you're thinking is that the cost of the order is equal to the cost of the items, all right, which is what is it, 1/10? No, plus the shipping costs right there, which is 1/10 the cost of the item. So you've got your item cost plus the 1/10 times the cost for the shipping right there. Now this you should put on your paper, defining your variable. All right, that we would like to see. Because I need to know, well, what does the variable represent? If you tell me that, all of a sudden we have real life meaning. So you should get in the habit whenever you write an equation to a word problem, define your variable. I will actually give you points for that eventually. And then you need to write this on your paper. You need to write the total cost. So this would how this problem would be solved in homework. The total cost is equal to C, the cost of an item, plus 1/10 times C. Again, that's the shipping cost. You can see right there. So you would write this expression on your paper, and we'll work on down the page. They use a table in the next part to go ahead and answer the question because they asked us what are the total costs for these 4 different orders. So we use a table. Number 16 asks for a table. And the cost of an item for $43. Again, you might have to build this whole table yourself, but they're showing you how to do it. It would be the cost of the item plus, right, plus the shipping cost, which is 1/10 the cost of the item. And then the total cost would be the sum of those two things added together. So if you add those things together, you actually get the total cost there. So if we did the same thing for $79, okay, the shipping cost, okay, the shipping cost is 1/10 of 79, so that's $7.90. You need to fill that in your box. And you need to fill those numbers in the boxes as well. And hopefully see how they did that. So if they did the same thing for 95, the cost of an item that's $95, shipping costs would be 1/10 of 95, which is 950. You add them together and you get, they actually answered that one for you and asked you to input 9.5. And then if you had something that cost $103, you'd have $10.30 shipping costs for a total cost of $113.30. So you want to get all that stuff down. And we'll do a real quick look on the last page. I'll probably zip through this a little bit. I might skip some of this information here. Lesson 4, take a moment. I'll pause the video. Look at this question. And it says, a student simplified this expression. Can you find the error? And then can you do it correctly? So this will be a great place to pause and see if you can find that. And if you're watching the video now, I'm going to go ahead and show you. Here is the solution the book gave. You didn't have to write this much, but what you would have wanted to figure out is that the student simplified 3 squared as 9 first. Okay, well that was actually okay, right? So it says, what operation did the student do first? Is that correct? Well, that is yes. They actually did the first step right. Okay, because they did this power first. So they're okay on the first step. And then let's see what they should have done. Number 18, what did they do next? It says, well, the next thing that they did, let's look up here and see. It says the student subtracted 8 from 23. So it looks like they did this step next when they should have done what? They should have done 8 times 2. That was the error right there. They should have done 8 times 2. And hopefully you caught that. If you'd go ahead and simplify that correctly, it would work out like this. The end.